Okay guys, welcome to another Mamemeister 10-minute mashup. Today I'm taking a look at Gridrunner Plus. Now this was released, bloody hell, I don't know if it's going to come up and tell us. I think it was released maybe 2001, 2002, 2003, something like that. Certainly the early noughties. Now it was released on the PC. It may have also been released on Mac. I'm not quite sure. What to do is go to the Lamasoft website and have a look. Now I don't even know if this game is still available. It was one of Jeff Minter's shareware games. You basically, you could download. I think you paid. You either paid what you wanted, or it was like £5. It was something ridiculous. It was about a price of a pint of beer to get this game. It's, as I say, it's quite an old game now, but it's still bloody excellent. Now I do apologise in advance for my shiteness of this game. So is it going to tell us Lamasoft Virtual Machine? Click continue. Let's see if I can see when it was released. Information about Gridrunner. Gridrunner history. Here you go. It even gives you the history of the game. Let's see, exit, about Lamasoft, there we go, tells you all about Lamasoft, about Yak himself. He's a scruffy hairy bloke who has been programming games since 1978. He lives in the UK and West Wales with 3 sheep, 2 goats, 2 llamas and a small mad border collie named after a curry. Now that was a few years ago. I know he's probably got some more animals, and I know a couple of these animals have passed away sadly. So anyway, let's batter on. Let's actually play the game. Now you can see the mouse pointer moving about, and this game is actually controlled by mouse. Let's have a quick look at the, see who programmed it. Alright, yep, I know a few of these guys. In fact, I don't know this guy here, but I know the other guys. Yeah, okay. Now there was a sweary version of this, which I don't know if it's still available. I did have it on my PC somewhere, but I don't know where it is. Right, let's go play Gridrunner now. Touch Sippy to select level, so you can, you can basically jump up and down the levels. Let's just go for nice and easy to begin with. And yet you use the mouse to control it. It auto fires. Now a big part of this game is to collect the sheep, to basically save the sheep. So you'll see the sheep coming down the screen. It's, as you can see, it's been played on a sort of multi-layered level, so you've got to be looking not just sort of what's in front of you, but actually look beyond that. Now that big cube, which you can see moving about in the background, when it gets to the front, and you can tell it's going to get to the front because it gets bigger obviously. And like Gridrunner, you get the sort of lasers at either side of the screen. And if you basically, you see them there, they cross over, and if they happen to get you, then you'll lose a life. But it's an absolutely awesome game. There's a tiny bit of lag. Tiny wee bit of lag I noticed with the mouse. I don't know if you can change that. You may be able to adjust that, I'm not quite sure. But it certainly doesn't excuse me, it certainly doesn't make the game unplayable, far from it. Now I am absolutely pants at this game. I mean, I've got some mates that can score into millions at this game, they just simply never die. Now when you die, you can still control the cursor. Ah, balls. You can still control the cursor and you can pick up the sheep even though you're kinda dead. Now there is a particularly excellent version of this. I'm saying that there was, because I don't think you can buy it now sadly. Gridrunner Plus for the iPhone, iPad, etc. Now sadly it's no longer available. You can download it, I think, for Android. Now, if you go to Jeff's website, I believe he's made it available for free. Yeah, it's a shame because basically the way Apple work, developers have still got to pay an annual fee to have their games listed on the store, which you would say is fair enough. But if a company is no longer making any money out of it, then they may decide they don't want to still have it for sale. But the really annoying part for me is people like myself who've bought the game on iOS, we can't because the game is not available, we can't physically get access to it. So I've basically paid for a game which I can no longer play because Apple don't have it on their server. I think that was an expletive there, was it?
Your mother was a hamster and your father smelt of elderberries.
Let's go for one more. Let's just see if you can actually adjust the controls. I'm not sure, maybe you can't. Slot management. Please choose a player. Change player name. Right, I'm not quite sure what the relevance of that is. It doesn't look like you can change the controls at all or tweak them. Right, let's go back in again. We'll just stick with the easy level again. But yeah, getting back to the Apple thing, so it basically means that I have paid for a game which I cannot play because Jeff has chosen not to renew the license, which I totally get, because you know, he stated before that he doesn't make any money out of this. This actually costs him to to sell. So he's chosen to no longer have it available for sale, which is fine. But it annoys me the fact that people like myself who bought the game can no longer actually play it. So sadly, unless you can find a hooky copy somewhere, you'll probably not get to play Gridrunner on iOS. But I think go to the Lamasoft website, and I believe you can download it for Android. I'm sure I did that actually. But this is a game you really want to turn up nice and loud, and preferably play in the dark as well. I mean, it's got the awesome visuals that are very, very Jeff Minter, and the sound is always a massive part of his games as well. There's a lot of people don't like Jeff's games because they're just so intense. It's like Space Giraffe. I could never quite go on with Space Giraffe. I just found it too difficult. But once you suss the controls and you suss kind of what's going on, they're probably some of the finest shoot 'em ups that you would ever really get to play.
Your mother was a hamster and your father smelt of elderberries.
Quite! Anyway guys, that is it. That is Gridrunner Plus, and that is on Windows PC. As usual guys, thank you very, very much for watching.